This show is sponsored by Lila Arboretum Society.
Hello, I'm Master Gardener Vi Gogol, and you are in the garden, and we're here with Doug and Vianne Grant, and we're going to tour their garden. They're going to be on garden tour this week. So let's go look at in the garden. Here in the front of your house, you've got some nice plantings of shrubs, and not the usual type. You've got some deciduous ones and some evergreen ones, and you've got color even in the green.
Yes. Yeah, lots of color. I like to use even some silk flowers to add color. Of course, these are the little Princess Spirea. They were beautiful when they were in bloom, bright pink.
Well, there's some still in bloom over there.
Just a little bit, yes, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I love how the wheelbarrow looks, my antique wheelbarrow, with all the color in it. And
yeah, that looks really nice. Now, is that all annuals in the wheelbarrow?
Yes, that's all annuals.
That's usually a good idea because being up above the ground, perennials would probably not make it. The weeping tree.
Weeping cherry.
Is it a cherry?
Yeah.
Is it pink or white?
Pink.
Pink.
Bright pink. It's beautiful in the spring.
And is it grafted? At the top, are the branches grafted on?
No.
No. That's what I need. Right there. I think I need to take a branch off after garden tour and take it home and root it. All I can find is white weeping ones. And let's see, that looks like a burning bush back there? Burning bush?
Yes.
But I don't recognize what this one is.
I think it's a variety of lilac, isn't it?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, well, it's a nice green bush.
Yes.
Okay, and then there's that's
Another burning bush.
another burning bush on the corner. And is it another one of these, or is it a different
It's a different bush.
Okay, and then the evergreen one is, what is that, Dave?
Isn't that some type of a yew?
Yeah, Taxus yew. But you trimmed it nicely.
Yeah.
And then over to the side here, towards the street, a really nice bed. We've got, your ground cover out here is lilies of the valley.
Yes. I started out with two little clumps about that big.
Doesn't take them long, does it?
No, it doesn't at all.
And if you want to get rid of them, it's pretty hard.
Yes.
And the bush has got some purplish in it. Is that a purple plum?
Yes.
I don't have one of those. That would be a nice one to have. But coming down the road, we noticed the hostas that you have planted in there, and they're all different kinds of foliage. You
Yes.
just don't.
I like the variety of colors, the dark and the light.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be something that is in bloom all the time to give color to the garden. I think people need to look at foliage because the foliage lasts longer than the flowers.
Exactly.
And not just on hostas, on a lot of plants. And then over at the tree at the far side, we've got some more. There's some hostas over there. I think I see bleeding hearts.
Yes, bleeding hearts.
Some astilbe.
Is there an astilbe over there too? Oh.
On the other side, some coral bells.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll follow them.
Yeah, we went to an evening class that the gardener showed us how to put different color hues together.
Was that here?
No, it was over at Wenke's.
Wenke's.
But yeah, to put different color hues together and how much more eye-popping it is.
We'll have to find out who that was and bring him to Battle Creek. Have him teach it over here. Now I see a variegated, and I think it looks like it's a shrub. Any ideas of what that one is?
I'm not sure the name on it. We saw it, liked the colors, and decided to put it in.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Okay, well, let's head back to the back. Oh, we got a side of the house to get, and you're getting a long shot here. Now, this is the north side, isn't it?
Yes,
Is it directly north or partly north?
directly north.
Directly north. Okay. We got hostas in here. And are these antique chairs?
No. No, just chairs I found somewhere and spray painted them. And
I like that.
yeah, I like them for plant stands like that.
The hummingbirds find this one?
I
Yes.
haven't noticed any. This is the first year I put big pots like this out, so I haven't noticed any.
Well, they like those plants.
Yes.
Oh, well, here more hostas. And one of a few of your bottle. This is different colored bottles than what I've seen before in these bottle trees.
They came with the bottle tree. My other bottle trees have been empty wine bottles that we would go to a restaurant and I'd ask if they'd have any wine bottles they were throwing away. But yeah, these came with it. So
That's kind of nice. The pastel color is kind of nice. Then
Yes.
you can plant around it to highlight the color. Oh, I've never seen that done before. I've seen the bowling balls in the landscape, but I've never seen plants in the bags. That's clever. That's clever. Other people will be copying that.
Well, I watched a lot of Facebook and YouTube videos. So that's where I get all these crazy ideas sometimes.
Well, I didn't realize that they were out there. I've never approached that end of.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a Jack Manai clematis here?
It's a clematis is all I can tell you.
Yeah, I think it's a Jack Manai because they're in bloom right now. Oh, and look at. Now, is that hiding your hot tub?
Yes.
That white fence, Dave. That white fence over there hides their hot tub. I don't think any of us want to get in the hot tub today, do we?
No.
Maybe tomorrow. It's gonna look nice for the weekend, by the way.
I saw that. It's supposed to be low 80s.
And this is a true garden bed. We have to get that. I wasn't sure if I would remember what you had in there.
It's all Little Princess Spirea.
Yep. And you
Beautiful when it was in bloom. It was just a mass of pink in there.
wouldn't it be nice if we could do what the catalogs do when they put all the colors in the bed and you think, oh, that's what it's going to look like? And,
Yeah.
But actually, they're succession blooming, and you have to have that in your yard if you want something blooming at all times.
Absolutely.
And I love this bottle tree too. I don't drink any wine that has pretty color bottles. They're all brown. Now, what daylilies are these? Are these orange ones?
Yeah, the
or
big orange ones.
Big orange ones?
Yeah, I had the pots and just didn't know what to do with them. I said, well, they kind of like the heat and stuff. So I said, let's give them a try in here. And they've done remarkably well. They've
Yeah. Don't
really increased in size.
But don't put them anywhere near your hybrid ones.
Right.
Yeah. I love your little boy and girl down
Aren't they
here,
cute?
too.
Yes.
The dog's a little big
Yeah.
for them, except the ones she's got a rabbit and he's got a dog. Those are cute. I don't think I've ever seen those before. And I tend to look at those when I go in places like Horrocks and that bed is even a second lot that you purchased here.
No, we've always owned
You've
over
always-
to the tree line. So we have a full acre, a little over an acre actually.
Okay, you got some Miscanthus sinensis, but I don't know which one.
Don't know either.
Probably Gracillus or it's not, I don't think it's Morning Light. Morning Light's got a little stripe in it, a little tiny stripe, and it's very narrow leaved like that. That's probably Gracillus. And everybody
And see,
tells-
that's where I like the color contrast too with the hosta in front of it.
Yes.
It really kind of pops out that hosta.
Yeah, you've done a good job with your foliage. I'm glad you took that class.
Yeah, and within just the last couple days, the hydrangeas have just gotten, white. You can still see there's a few that are kind of on the green side, but they have just popped out white.
Well, you want some on the green side so they keep coming
Yes,
for a while.
yeah.
It's always nice that they do
Yeah.
that. Oh, the spiky plant over there.
Yuccas.
Yucca, yeah. That, is that finishing or just starting to bloom?
It's pretty much finishing, I think.
And
That
then
one.
you got one in here along further.
Yeah, that's just still in bloom.
Yeah, it's still in bloom.
But they only last, a week or so, maybe 2 weeks at the most.
Do you find that the plant that bloomed doesn't send up a shoot the next year, that it's one next to it, one that sprouted off?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I looked at that in mine, and I haven't really researched it to find out if that's really what was happening.
And the grasses there in front of the hydrangeas are king tuts. In the tomato cages,
Oh,
those are
king tut,
it's called king tut.
right under the birdhouse.
And I think that's a queen tut, the smaller variety. And they're an annual.
Oh, they're annual.
Yes, they're an annual.
Do
So-
people grow them near their ponds?
that I don't know.
I believe so.
Because I think there's another common name that gets put on them, but I don't know what it is, and I don't have any myself. I think I see black-eyed Susans coming in here,
Yes.
Yes.
and a variegated euonymus,
Mm-hmm.
and the grass behind there, the 3 clumps.
Aren't they like a zebra grass?
They almost look like porcupine grass to me, and I can't really tell till they get taller. The porcupine stay more upright, and the zebra grass bends over
Okay.
a lot. And a lot of times they're marked wrong in the store. Somebody left me a zebra grass when I was looking for some, and it was porcupine.
And the new little vine with the red flowers, that's a new thing we just put in.
Is that that's not Mandevilla.
I don't know, but I'm going to be anxious next year to see how much it grows and how much it blooms, because I think once it gets some height to it, it's going to be quite striking.
Is it a perennial?
No, it's an annual.
It's an annual.
Or no,
or
it's
is
I'm
it-
sorry, it's perennial.
It's
Yes.
a perennial. I
Yes.
thought maybe it was a tropical.
No.
Just from looking at it. I've never seen anything like that. Have you, Dave? The one that's growing on the trellis? And I see a delphinium
Mm-hmm.
that's coming up to bloom.
Yes.
And I don't know what that bush is back there in the middle.
I'm not sure either.
The bear, what? Is that a 9 bark? Yeah, I just don't know what variety that is, and mine's more purple.
I get things and I don't always save the tags in them.
Now's the time you wish you had.
Yeah.
A lot of people actually tape them in a book and say where they planted them.
Years ago when we first started our gardens, we did that, and then we kind of lapsed.
Well, things die sometimes,
Yes.
and you have to go through and clean the book out. And
Yeah.
that's the part that bothers me, of having to keep it clean all the time.
Well, we had a whole master plan, where we had a map and everything, and like you say, things die out and then you replace them. And
Yeah, one of my beds, I started out that way, and the first thing I did the first year they all bloomed was start moving them out of there and moving them somewhere else. Plans are good for certain things,
Yeah.
but they don't always work. And you've got sort of like a little berm here.
yes, well, actually, it's a rock pile underneath that we covered up.
Oh, okay. I like all your garden art that's in there. That's pretty. And what do we call this? I've already forgotten.
Isn't that snow on the mountain?
Some people call it that. I can't remember the Latin name.
Yeah.
I have some growing in my yard. I guess I better look it up and mark it. Oh, and we're starting to get into the daylilies here that are getting ready to burst into
Yes.
bloom.
And
Some of them will be blooming at least by Sunday,
Oh, I think
if not Saturday.
Yes, I think so.
These are beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of these have bloomed.
Oh, look at your orientals. And are they orientals or are they, what's the other one?
I believe they're oriental.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
There's one of them, one of the kinds like Stargazer,
Mm-hmm.
Asiatic. They're
Asiatic,
Asiatic.
yes.
And they smell much stronger than what the Orientals do. Now, are these the ones that will get to be really tall?
Yes.
And they're on what year? Second or third?
Oh, probably at least second or third year.
Yeah. They'll probably even
Yeah.
be taller next year.
And if they are, I'm seeing that I really need to start staking them so they stay nice and straight.
Yeah. They kind of reach for the sun.
Yes, very
which is-
much so.
Now they're beautiful. You got such a variety of color in there. And we've got another spirea. Is that a different variety?
No, it's a little princess.
Little princess there. That's got lots of blooms still on it. And you don't want to stake those lilies this year, do you? You don't want to stake them this year, do you?
No.
I was going to say I'll bring you bamboo if you
Yeah,
need
no,
to.
I've got a ton of stakes that I could if I needed to.
Okay, but they look really nice the way they are.
Yeah.
And I love the way you decorated the shed. And it's artistic right along with the garden.
Right.
And I see Japanese.
That's a Japanese, and I think there's three different varieties, I believe, or at least two.
Yeah, I think that might be two different ones back there. I'm not really. I've got a book on different ferns, but
These have spread. These have been here many, many years, and they have spread. I started out with, quite a small clump, but they're not invasive. They pretty much will stay in a particular area.
Yeah.
And when I want to, size them down again, I just dig out
and plant them somewhere else. I was going to wait for you to say no. I give them away, and I'll say when. Oh, I love your. You've got nice garden art through here, but it's not overwhelming. It's just an accent to the garden.
Right.
Some people tend to put a lot of stuff in there, just stick stuff all over the place. But like over in the other place, you had it grouped together appropriately over your rock pile that's covered with mulch.
Keeps the weeds down, except looks kind of. This was our project we were working on when you called this morning. This was our last weeding project, so.
You're doing well.
Yeah, we'll finish this up today, and tomorrow then we can just kind of do a final touch up and.
Well, you
we're in
keep
good shape.
you keep your garden up every year, and that makes
Yes.
the job easier. And I see that. Is that little hosta down there? Is it starting to spread? Do I see a little one behind
a little
it?
one right
Yeah,
next to it. Yes.
that's nice. Okay, I don't know which. Oh, we got to turn around and go straight back. This way. We're going to catch this.
No.
Now, what are the bushes on either side?
They get. I'm not sure. They get nice little, pretty white flowers on them when they're in bloom.
Okay. Maybe I'll see them. I see some. Are they through blooming? Or just
Yes.
starting?
No, they're through blooming.
Because I see a couple white flowers
Yes.
over there. I'll take a look at them and see if they ring any bells with me. We got it all set up for us to go in the hot tub. Chairs. And this looks like another variegated euonymus, but it's a little different.
A little different,
A
yes.
little different color.
Yeah, it's a different variety, and then I don't think I've ever seen one that came out quite. Is that the new growth that's light green?
Yes.
Oh, and what a cute little flamingo. Everybody poked fun at me because I had a pink flamingo, but it was a joke. Somebody came and stuck it in a snowbank at my house, and it was a joke on the court.
And here again, I use a little silk flowers amongst the greenery and gives it a little color. And
Yeah, except for the hostas and your astilbe, this gets a lot of shade.
it does get a lot of shade.
Yeah, so you want to be sure that you're getting some color in there somehow. Stars. I've got a University of Texas birdhouse, and I keep forgetting to put it up. I got to have it out before my granddaughter comes and visits.
Oh, sure.
Beautiful daylilies in here. I'll let him be. Look at what he's looking at. Is this in the family? What's the family I'm trying to think of? Is this in the Lambsier family?
I believe so.
Oh, they're beautiful. And I understand they come in pink as well. I think all mine have been choked out in the 5 years I couldn't work in my garden.
I'll have to look for the pink ones then.
I had one that just, the sun had to be out or it stopped. And the birds would just be flocking to it when the sun was out.
Yes,
And the minute
yes.
the sun went under a cloud, off they flew. But they have some new ones out, but they cost a lot more.
Yeah, this one was a very inexpensive one. I thought, well, I'll give it a try.
But yours was just bubbling there to a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes if the sun is out and it's really warm and it's gotten, energized or whatever it does, it'll shoot up about a foot.
Yeah, and I love this cat. Are you getting the cat? Oh, there's more than one.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
There's kittens.
Yes.
One cat and 2 kittens. What does the sign spell that's next to the big cat?
I don't know that it spells anything. It's just a architectural thing that our friend gave us.
Oh, okay.
So it's just kind of interesting.
Oh, is that your fairy garden or just a beach garden?
It's just a little beach garden.
Where was I that I saw all the little fairy creatures down at Horrocks?
Oh yes, yes. It's kind of a popular thing now to do.
Yes, it is, and it took me a little bit to tear myself away from that. I keep saying you got to plant the plant you purchased 3 years ago before you can get anything like that. Now, do you like your stone mulch?
Yes and no. This used to be lawn in here, and it was such a pain to mow because it was such a kind of a small area.
Yeah.
What we're hoping for is over the years this stuff will really take over and really fill in.
Sedum.
The sedum,
lots
yeah.
of sedum. Yeah, that one of the like bird houses, but those birds keep checking it out. There's no floor in it. And this ground cover, isn't that the one that people grow in real dense shade? That it
I
looks
think so,
right?
yeah.
I can't remember.
Has little white flowers.
Yeah. I don't remember. I know the name. It's just I'm getting too old to remember anything. And there's a little bird bath there. And that's some kind of a mint or
It's a catmint.
Catmint?
And our cat loves to lay in the middle of it.
well, you planted it for the cat.
That's what we did, yes.
His favorite spot to lay.
Yep.
I can believe that. I tried to give my neighbor some that was growing kind of wild over in the arboretum where we didn't want it, and it kept spreading, and we didn't want it there. And every time I'd give her some, that cat would it was just freshly planted, and that killed it. Killed it every time I got it. Oh, we have a little evergreen in there too. Is that some kind of a juniper?
I believe it is.
It looks like a more unusual variety. Look unusual to you, Dave? You don't know, okay. And more daylilies getting ready to bloom over
Yes.
here. And that's Asiatic or Oriental.
Yes, and these are mums that I planted last fall.
And they're getting ready to bloom.
Yes.
Okay, have we gone all the way around? Where else do we have to get?
I think we've caught it all. I really do.
Might take a long shot down that way, unless you already did it. You did it from the other direction, I know. Now, the vine that's growing in this bed, is that Sweet Autumn Clematis?
It's a clematis. What actual variety, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it blooms usually later than
Yes,
the
it does. It
others.
blooms later, and it's got,
It's a little early this year.
real pretty purpley flowers on it.
Oh, it's not Sweet Autumn Clematis then.
Okay.
And they're small blossoms? Or like the regular ones?
No, I think they're a smaller blossom, if I
Yeah.
remember.
I had a smaller blue one, but I looked in the garden and it's no longer there, so it must have passed away.
But all the landscaping on this property has evolved since we've been here.
And how long have you been here?
Since 1982.
82. That's quite a while.
Yes.
More than 30 years.
We started out just doing around the house, and then we did this, and then we did the whole area out back, and
Yeah, you really didn't have an awful lot to do to be on garden tour, just to replace your annuals where you always put your annuals.
yes, and to do a really good, weeding and
Yeah,
touch
weeding.
up, and we transplanted a few things, put in some new plants.
You'd be surprised how many people think this is my opportunity to do all these pet projects that I've been wanting to do for years.
Well, and that's kind of where we were at. Last year we didn't do much with our yard and gardens other than just basically maintaining it because we had the house fire. So,
Yeah.
you know, we were moving back in and everything. So this was a good opportunity for us to.
Did you see your write-up in the shop?
Yes, it was very nice.
Did I do okay?
Yes, yeah, it was very nice.
Okay, because I wanted to mention the fact that you'd had a fire here, which kind of, you must have come out here and tended everything, even though it was under construction.
We did. Yeah, we did because we knew it was going to be, you know, a big job if we waited till we moved back in.
Yeah, it was a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
And you both garden.
Yes, we both do.
Okay.
Yeah, he ends up picking out a lot of the plants that we have put in.
Well, that's shared, and then you decide where they go.
Yeah. And this year we've been watching all the good sales at, you know, the various places, and we've been able to put in new plantings without costing a ton of money this year.
Yeah, well, you had an awful lot. You were practically garden tour ready.
Yes.
When I came by last year, we could have put you on, except we were on the south side of town. Well, we got any time left, Dave? No? Okay. Well, this has been a real pleasure. I've been here a couple times, but it gets more beautiful every time I come.
Thank you.
As
Thank you.
things start blooming and looking nice. I don't remember what time of the year it was when I came out here. Last year, it was probably August, wasn't it?
I believe it was. Yeah.
But I could see, I can look at the foliage and tell what it is, and I knew it was going to be gorgeous. And it would be one we would want to have on garden tour.
Well, it's going to be fun, I think, this weekend, and we're
Oh,
looking
you're gonna
forward
love
to it. And, you know, weather sounds like it's going to cooperate, so it won't be too hot and humid for people.
And we at Lila appreciate your doing this too.
Thank you.
If you would like to become a Master Gardener, call 969-0270, extension 116. If you have questions or suggestions about this show, call 963-1448.
AccessVision. Your voice, your community.